By the way, I failed to ask Belle K the question. I got distracted during the first segment of the show. It's episode 498. We're on a variety of platforms. You can find us online on any internet streaming platform of your choosing, like TuneIn, like iHeart, like Spotify, and others. You can carry us wherever you go by downloading our app and taking us with your smartphone wherever you might travel. You can also listen on the radio side of things, 99.7. And for those masochists in the listening audience, you can look at me do the show on Supertalk TV, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Twitch is up and running. And episode 498, which is entitled Every Day by Belle K, a.k.a. Headless Belle. Well, today's title is?
Now, there's a story behind this, so don't anybody get their panties in a bunch right off the bat.
Okay.
Matt Murphy, killing all the pedos. Because, yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Well, that leads us into this story. Gloria Johnson is a Democrat representative from the Knoxville area. Gloria Johnson sits on a committee that heard testimony regarding a bill proposed by Representative William Lambert. And Gloria Johnson, Democrat Knoxville, yesterday was the only member of the Tennessee State House Criminal Justice Subcommittee to vote against legislation that would allow prosecutors to pursue a death penalty sentence for convicted child rapists. Now, as an aside, I would say this, and I'm going to talk to Steve Abramowitz about this a little more in depth tomorrow on the show. This was in a subcommittee. How do we know that Gloria Johnson voted against this legislation that passed? Because I know that Steve and others have been waving their arms trying to get the attention of folks like me with regard to the idea that they pass a lot of things on voice vote in committee. And they do so for reasons that we've described on the show. And for reasons described by Steve and others, they want more transparency in the Tennessee House of Representatives, to which some in the Tennessee House of Representatives suggest that would take months longer than the current legislative session already takes, one way or the other. We do know that Gloria Johnson voted against a bill that would allow prosecutors to pursue the death penalty for convicted child rapists because she demanded that she be verified as a no vote. She was seen on video verifying her no vote by making a thumbs down gesture as the clerk was tallying the voice votes in question. After an exchange with Representative William Lambert over his bill, which is House Bill 1663, Johnson voted against the legislation. The bill amends existing law that authorizes, quote, the death penalty as punishment for the rape of a child, aggravated rape of a child, or especially aggravated rape of a child. Johnson, and I have the audio, and I hesitate going further because I can't find it. I don't know where it went. I thought I had it pulled up, and I've now lost it. But I have audio of Johnson in the Criminal Justice Subcommittee. I've got the quote here, too, but it's better hearing her say it. She justifies her no vote by suggesting that it would impact the willingness of people to come forward to report child rape. And not that it matters that much to me. I don't have any children. I wonder if Gloria Johnson has any children. Without knowing whether or not she does, I have a hard time believing that she does. Maybe she does. I don't know. But it's difficult for me to believe that because even without any children, her logic makes zero sense to me. I'll tell you what that is in just a moment. In the meantime, John is in Cookeville. John, thank you for the call. How are you, sir?
Pretty good, Matt. How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. What's on your mind, John?
Oh, they've had a new motto. We know how Trump likes to say drill, baby, drill, and it's a chant. So I think the Democrats should start saying kill, baby, kill as their chant.
Well, they seem to be obsessed with it, don't they?
Even with what you were just talking about, it's okay. We don't want to kill the people that mess with a child. That's okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, obviously there's some hypocrisy that goes on amongst the Democrats. Kill, baby, kill for the Democrats.
They should be chanting it out there proudly.
Well, I doubt we can get them to take us up on it, but I like it, John.
All right.
Thanks,
Have a good
brother.
day, man.
All right, man. You do too. I appreciate the call. 615-737-9986. 615-737-WWTN. Here's some of the exchange yesterday in the Criminal Justice Subcommittee between several assembled members of the Republican Party in the House of Representatives and Gloria Johnson.
And that we will hold you harshly accountable. So thank you for your courage.
Representative Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This crime is a 100% time crime, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I believe so.
So if they were sentenced to life in prison, they have to serve life in prison, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Thank you. So have you talked to any victims groups?
And by the way, this is the exchange between Gloria Johnson and the sponsor of the legislation, William Lambert,
that do work with victims about this legislation and how they feel about it?
Yes, I have. And amongst the community of individuals that assist with victims of these type of crimes, you will get a variety of answers. It is a very difficult thing to try to ask them to wade into this. What they want is for these crimes not to occur. What they want is for these children that have been horrendously attacked, many times by those that love them or are supposed to protect them, for that not to have happened. And they pick up the pieces of broken lives every day. So I've tried really hard not to put this on their shoulders because, quite frankly, this is a policy decision for us as elected officials to make. But it is extremely difficult, regardless of what the penalty is, whether it's life imprisonment, whether it's death. It is unfathomable. And I want to thank all of those groups that help children that have been sexually abused by these predators for the help that they give to these children for a lifetime, even when they're an adult. Because it's something that none of the rest of us can truly understand. And so, yes, I've talked to them, and it is mixed as to how they feel about these. But again, I feel like we should all come together and support those groups and support these children, while at the same time we are making a policy decision on what the penalty should be for these horrendous crimes.
Well, these people do definitely have to be held accountable. We can do that with life in prison. The concern in the victims I've talked to come to when much of the time with this particular crime, it's familial. And if there is a young child who was raped by an uncle, say, and the uncle's going to say, don't tell, because then I'll be killed. I'll get the death penalty. And then you'll have the mother of the child, who's the sister of the perp, who maybe won't want to testify against her brother if it means the death penalty.
Okay, that's the heart of what I wanted to hear from Gloria Johnson. Gloria Johnson is making the case to defend child rapists by suggesting that we should not offer as a possible punishment the death penalty. And the reason, and you just heard her there, the reason that she offers this defense of capping the possibility of their punishment at life in prison is that if the death penalty is a possibility on the table, that the mother, this is the example that she brought up. And it's why I have a difficult time. I don't know if she has any kids. She doesn't have really any personal information about herself online, but I mean, and if she has no kids, that's fine. I just have a difficult time believing that a mother would say what she just said. Let's put a fine point on it. If a mother of an 8-year-old child discovered that her brother raped her daughter, do you think that mother would give one damn about whether or not that guy lived or died? What is Gloria Johnson talking about? I have long believed that the one crime in the United States of America that I believe ought to be punishable by death that doesn't involve the killing of another person is child rape. And I applaud William Lambert, who I now understand will be on the show at 1:30 today. I just got word from Jennifer on that. I applaud William, 1:35, I should say. Dan Mandis might be listening. Appointment, baby, 1:35. I applaud him for bringing this up. Now, understand something. This not only has to pass the Tennessee General Assembly, it will also have to pass judicial scrutiny. And pushing this forward will cost the state of Tennessee a certain amount of money because we will have to defend it in a court. And there's certain severability clauses within 1663, I understand, that allow for the future court cases that are sure to come over this. I'm curious what you think about it. Is there any justification to what Gloria Johnson is saying? I don't think so. Where she claims that she has spoken to victims. I don't know that I believe that necessarily. Well, whatever. Who argue that because with this particular crime, it's familial. If there's a young child who was raped by an uncle, she said, an uncle is going to say, don't tell because I'll be killed. I'll get the death penalty. And then you'll have the mother of the child, who's the sister of the perp, who says, maybe I don't want to testify against her brother if it means the death penalty. You mean the person that just raped their child? I'll tell you, most people that I talk to, Gloria, I don't know who you're talking to in Tennessee. Most people that I talk to would suggest to you that you're lucky that mama doesn't try to kill them herself. Brother or not. Johnson went on to say, victims fear it will create a chilling effect on reporting, and some people, especially in family situations, will not report. Do you believe that? Why is Gloria Johnson, while she's running for United States Senate, bending over backwards to protect child rapists? Is this really the hill she wants to die on? And that's her defense? That, oh, sure, we need to hold them accountable, but I'm concerned about re-victimizing the victim. I'm concerned that Gloria Johnson is way too concerned about the needs of the child rapist. How about the deterrence effect? That if in your sick, demented, twisted mind, you child rapist, if you come to the state of Tennessee and you get this in your head, you are going to die as a result. I'm just fascinated with this soft on crime approach. Maybe you're not. 615-737-9986. What are your thoughts on the possibility of putting to death child rapist in the state of Tennessee? The bill is going to the full body of the House of Representatives and will be debated in the Senate.